Good afternoon, everyone. It's Mr. Montgomery, and we're doing something pretty similar to yesterday, where we showed all these different ways to make these big numbers, and we were just taking a set of 10 and breaking it up into a whole bunch of ones pieces. We're doing something kind of like that, except we're going to show it in this chart that's on the screen here, and the one you have, same thing you have in front of you. So we're going to do a very basic one at first, just to get the idea. So if we were to, now you don't have to write this one down, just kind of follow along with your eyes and ears. If we were to have the number, I like the number 12. How many tens do we have in the number 12? Just one. So we're going to write 1 in the tens column. And then for the ones column, we look at what do we have in the ones place? Well, we have 2. And this is one way we can make 12. Have one set of 10 and 2 ones. But what if I take a 1 of these 10s and I just bring it on over to the ones? I break it into pieces. Or I could have a little picture right here for you guys. Up here I'll have a really basic, simple 1 rod and 2 ones cubes. I know it's not the prettiest. It's okay. So I have a 10 rod and 2 ones cubes. And then what if I were to take that 10 rod and bust into a whole bunch of pieces? Bust into 10 pieces. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I would then have 0 tens because I broke it into a whole bunch of pieces up there. And then I would have 12 ones. Now, look at the pattern that's happening. Every time this tens column goes down, there's 1 less. And if you look at this ones column, the number we start with stays the same and it just gets brought down. And then there's going to be the number next to it will go up by 1 each time. And I'm gonna show you with the next number we're gonna do together. Okay? Alright, so for the one we're gonna do together, let's pick a bigger number because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows to fill up. So let's pick the number. Oh man, let's pick 41. 41 is a good number to pick. Alright? Now we're going to start by looking at our tens house right there. And how many rods would we have in the tens house? Well, we have 4 because the number 41 has 4 sets of tens. And how many ones do we have? We have 1. And if we wanted to show a picture of this, we would just make 1, 2, 3, 4 10 rods. I'm just going to make little sticks. And then 1 little cube by itself. That's our ones. Now, I'm going to switch over to a different color because I got to start showing some different work. You can do this work along with me if you want. But now we need another way to make 41. And what we could do is break one of these 10 rods. We're going to put a line through it and we're going to break it into 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we now have 1, 2, 3 10 rods. So we're going to write 3 in this next row. and we have to figure out how many ones cubes we have. Now, if you remember that little trick I told you about just a second ago, this 1 is never going to change. We're just going to actually bring that straight down, and we are going to put, it's going to increase by 1. There's going to be a number next to it. It's going to increase by 1. And you can count the ones blocks to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay? So we have 3 tens rods and 11 ones cubes. Okay, but then what's going to happen next? Well, we're going to have one less 10. Because, look, this started with 4, and then went down by 1 to 3. It's going to go down by 1 again to 2. Which means another 10 rod is going to get smashed into pieces. And we can draw 10 more ones cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So remember my little trick that I was telling you guys about? This 1 that we started with just gets dropped down. It doesn't change. But the number next to it is going to go up by 1. Because the number on this side is going down. It's getting smaller by 1. And this side is getting bigger by 1 right here. But really, we're adding 10 to it each time. Look at this pattern. It starts with 1, then 11, then 21. You can actually look at a 100 chart. If you guys want to see a 100 chart real quick, just go ahead and hit the space bar on your Chromebook, and I'll get you a 100 chart for you, if there's not one there already. And you can see the pattern on there, and it's going to be very similar to the pattern you're making right here on this chart. So next, if this is getting smaller by 1 each time, what do you think our next set of 10 is going to be to show us a different way to make 41? Because remember, 4 tens and 1 1 is 41. And then 3 tens and 11 ones is 41. And then 2 tens and 21 ones is 41. So what do you think is going to happen next? Well, we're going to have 1 10 now. So we can take one of these and break it into pieces again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. So I made another 10 for our ones blocks, right? So if we took 1 away from tens, that means this number right here has to get bigger by 1. And then the number we started with just gets brought down right next to it. So now they're saying that 1 plus, or I'm sorry, not 1. 1 set of 10 plus 31 ones is going to give us 41 again. And then if we take away another 10, what are we going to have left? We're going to have 0. And then we're just left with all the 41 on one side. All right. Now let's open up to the inside of our work mats. All right, I'll give you all a couple seconds to open up to the inside. All right, so let's read what the problem is. And I'll also read the directions to you. use cubes and make a list to solve. So if you really would like some cubes, I can get you guys some cubes, all right? Um, so if you need them, then hit the space bar and I'll help you guys out and get you some. If not, and you just really like to draw the pictures instead because they're just a little bit quicker and easier, that's fine too. You can just keep watching and draw your little pictures. So the problem says Carl lists all the ways to show 25 as tens and ones. What ways did he show 25? Now look how they start us out for us. They took the tens place, and look where they put it. They just popped it right over here for us. And then they took the ones place, and they just also popped it right over here for us. All right? So it has 2 10 rods, and it has 5 ones cubes. Okay? And we can actually make that real quick. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we have to show a different way to make 25, which means for our tens, it's going to get smaller each time. So instead of 2, we're going to have 1, which means we're going to go up here and smash one of these 10 rods. Draw a line through it, smash it, and it means we would draw 10 more ones cubes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So remember, this 5 is going to get dropped down because we never lost that 5. We didn't go anywhere. But now we have 10 more to go with it. So the little 1's going to keep them company. And you can count all the 1's cubes to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So it is 15. But now if this tens column keeps getting smaller because it wants to show another way to make 25, there's going to be 0 left. And what's going to happen with all the cubes? We don't have any more tens rods, so they're all ones. They're all ones. So a whole bunch of ones cubes that total to 25. All right, I'm going to read the next one to you guys. Andrea wants to show 31 as tens and ones. What are all the ways that she can show this? So go ahead and try this on your own. I'm going to give you guys a good minute to try. While you're doing that, I'm going to make a quick picture on the side. So I am all set for you guys when you're done. All right, guys, I think that should have been enough time. If you're still working on it, that's okay. You can stop where you are and just check the work that you have done so far, okay? So let's go through this. First, let's start off with what tens of ones we originally have in those houses. So how many are in the tens house right now? We have 3. So in here, we're going to write 3. And how many ones do we have for 31? Just 1. So that's how we're starting off. Just what the number is we have 3 tens and 1 1. But what if I get rid of one of these 10 rods to show a different way? And I make 10 ones cubes out of it, because it got broken into a whole bunch of pieces, right? It got broken into 10 pieces because the 10s rod can hold 10 pieces to it. And here we go, 9 and 10. So now we have 10 more. So since we broke a 10 rod, there are now just 2 10s. 1, 2. And now for the ones, we can count them all up if we like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11. And if you remember a little trick, this one will never leave. It'll stay in the column the entire time. And the number next to it is just going to get bigger by 1. Okay? But what if we wanted to show another way and we broke another 10 rod into 10 small pieces? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I made 10 more ones. And how many rods do we still have? Just 1. So it got smaller by 1. And we now have 21 ones. That's a lot. And last, if we were to break another 10 rod, how many would we have left? We would have 0, which means all the total would just be all on the one side, right? We'd have a whole ton of ones cubes all on this one side. And these are all the ways we can make 31. We can have 3 10s and 1 1. We can have 2 10s and 11 ones, or 1 10 and 21 ones, or 0 10s and 31 ones. Okay? Now, next, I would like you guys to try the rest of the packet on your own. If you're really lost and confused, because this is a little different than what we've been doing, then you can come sit on the carpet with the rest of the class while I'm still teaching, and we can talk about this more one-on-one if you need to after the lesson. But if you're good to go ahead back to your seat. Please don't tell your friends the answers. I need to know who really understands this. And if you're done this, there will be an extra worksheet on the back table for you to try. It might be slightly tougher just to challenge you a little bit. After that, you can then try a 100 chart puzzle, a fill-in 100 chart, or your facts practice coloring sheets, okay? All right, so I will talk to you all soon.